Good evening, Scott's off tonight, and we start at 6 with the search for a person of interest in connection to the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The FBI now is asking for the public's help. The agency releasing these two photos today, showing a person of interest in the assassination that went down yesterday at Utah Valley University. The FBI is also announcing a $100,000 reward for information that leads to the ID and arrest of the suspect. Just about 2 hours ago, the FBI announced that Director Kash Patel is now on his way to Utah, and there he's expected to host a joint press conference with law enforcement, so we'll be keeping an eye out for that. This shooting is just yet another example of the escalation of political violence here in our country. Jenna Webster joins us now live in studio. Earlier today, she talked with a political scientist who fears that this is something, unfortunately, that we're going to continue to see in our country.
Yeah, and there's a number coming from a researcher at the University of Maryland, and that's 150. That's the number of politically motivated attacks in the U.S. from the first 6 months of this year. And that number is nearly twice as many over that same time period from the year before. And it's not just from the left, right, or fringe groups, he says.
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Political assassination, political violence. Words it feels we hear more and more.
It really isn't relegated to a periodic, infrequent, happens once in a lifetime kind of event. Instead, it feels that it's becoming all too frequent for us right now.
Laura Wilson is a political science professor at UND. In the last 14 months, we've seen 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump, 2 Minnesota lawmakers shot in their homes, a fire set at the Pennsylvania governor's house, gunfire sprayed at the CDC headquarters, and 2 Israeli embassy employees killed in D.C.
And it speaks, unfortunately, to the kind of political dynamics and culture that we're experiencing right now.
Dr. Wilson points to divisive rhetoric and misinformation. Just go on any social media platform and you'll see it.
The discourse has become so polarized and so filled with tension that in one hand, I don't think it's surprising that it leads to violence, because we can't agree to disagree. And we look at the other side ideologically or partisan-wise as being truly evil, as being truly opposite and against us.
This escalation has serious consequences, she says. It both undermines our First Amendment freedom of speech and creates fear.
It actually disenfranchises people. It turns people off from the system.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk brings up conversations about if these acts are becoming so normal, where do we go from here?
Quite frankly, it's become so pervasive that I think we have to have a conversation about what kind of security measures, what kind of protective measures and processes we have in case of emergencies. It feels like the tension only gets higher. The stakes get higher with every increasing tragedy. And that's probably the most unfortunate thing. I don't think things will change, at least immediately in the near future.
So now the big reason Wilson sees this as a continuing problem is because when events like this happen, for as many people as they're out there condemning it, there are also people out there that are celebrating, applauding it. And it was actually something she said that her teenage son was seeing a lot on TikTok last night, which was just a whole other conversation they had to have mother to son about it.
That's right. And we're seeing cases of that. In fact, we've got one here in central Indiana. Jenna, thanks so much. And it's from the Muncie area. That's where tonight leaders are calling for a city council or city official to resign after he made a post under his name responding to Kirk's assassination. Stephen Knipp is the president of the Muncie Human Rights Commission. That's a position that's appointed by the city council there. Well, screenshots sent to 13 News show someone posting under Knipp's name saying in part, quote, "He deserved this, and I hope he is only first. It is time they reap the hate, fear, and violence they have sown. This man is the cause of the circumstance. He is neither a victim or a hero." Now, a post to the official City of Muncie Facebook post condemned the comments. We here at 13 News have reached out to the mayor of Muncie and also some of the city leaders, and we'll have much more on how they're responding to this here as our coverage continues tonight at 11. And before that, make sure you tune in to the Nightly News with Tom Yamas. That's at 6:30. The network will have the very latest on the shooting investigation underway now in Utah. Tonight, an Anderson woman is charged with helping a former Madison County councilor evade police for more than 2 years. According to our partners at the Herald Bulletin, this woman allegedly drove with Stephen Sumner to Baltimore on the East Coast before he left with her car, then to circle back and go to California. Police arrested Sumner Tuesday in Kentucky while en route. He spent more than 2 years on the run after he failed to show up for a court hearing on 18 charges that include rape and sexual misconduct with a child. Tonight, a man charged with a sexual assault and attempted rape in 2 incidents in August now is charged with raping a 13-year-old nearly a decade ago. Ashton Hackman explains why this man was never arrested after all these years.
Larry Duerson Jr. is already in jail on sexual assault charges from August, now facing more charges, 2 counts of rape and 2 counts of child molesting in this latest investigation, all as the highest level felony in Indiana. Investigators say Duerson was 18 at the time of the assault and allegedly broke into the victim's home in February 2016, leaving behind valuable DNA evidence. DNA that in 2019 would link Duerson to the crime. Lawrence detectives lost contact with the victim and the case stalled. A new detective assigned to the case last month heard back from the victim, leading to the new charges 9 years later.
Certainly we couldn't do it without the DNA, but we also can't do it without the victim. And to have the victim's cooperation in this matter, I think just speaks to the enduring spirit of people that we have in our community.
Duerson is scheduled to make his first appearance in Marion County Court Friday morning. That's where a judge will likely decide whether or not he gets any bail. Reporting in Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Hazy sunshine today and high temperatures in the middle 80s. The warm up continues. We're at 85 in Indianapolis and Noblesville, 82 Bainbridge, 84 Brown County, and 82 with that hazy sunshine over Bunker Hill. A homestand continues for our Indianapolis Indians at Victory Field. It's the last homestand of the season. It's going to be a warm, hazy first pitch, 6:35 and near 80 degrees. Temperatures tomorrow morning, upper 50s and low 60s, sun, clouds, and a warm afternoon. And it's going to be warm for high school football tomorrow evening. Kickoff temperatures Friday night near 80.